Alright, so for today, I'm going to be reading for you. I'm actually literally reading for you. Yes, I am reading for you today. Let's just begin. Slowly but surely, time trekked onward, everyone working toward their own individual goals. I'm sorry, but just the setup the title of this chapter has, just the setup it has. It's unintentional, of course, but you can make so many jokes out of the title of this chapter. Definitely, that was made unintentionally. Alright, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Slowly but surely, time trekked onward, everyone working toward their own individual goals. Each early summer breeze that blew through the garden was like God's howled breath, carrying the flower's fragrance in through Rose Manor's windows. If only time could be stopped, and this beautiful era made to live on, through eternity. As usual, Mel's eyes chased after the white-haired girl, and Nellie pursed her lips in frustration at him. But she was still rather docile. Even taking into account how self-centered she behaved, how fickle her temper, Nellie's fits were still no worse than a playful kitten. See? At that very moment, our lively little feline had her claws poised to swat at the flaxen-haired young man. Wait, what? Oh wait, are we about to see the two bicker at each other? Yep. Mel! You promised me! Or have you forgotten? I haven't forgotten. I'm just asking if we can go another day. Another day? This isn't something that happens every day. I've been looking forward to tonight's performance for so long. There's nothing I can do about that. We're having a gathering at the priestess' home tonight. Several high-ranking officials have come up from the mainland just for this. Who cares? I care. You know, Nellie, it doesn't have to be me who goes with you. No! I want to go with you, Mel! You've been so distant lately, dearest Mel. You refuse to do anything with me. That's not true. Tell me, if you can't go today, when can you? When will you be willing to go out with me? When will you be willing to play cards with me, to have tea together? I can't make any promises. I have things to do, obligations. And Nellie, you're almost an adult yourself. Stop acting like such a child. I'm not an adult yet! I'm still a kid! If it means I don't get to play with you anymore, dearest Mel, then I don't want to be an adult! Nellie, you can't... Lady Nellie, the master wishes to speak with you. Huh? Father does? What could he want? Go on, Nellie. You can't make water... You can't make water wait. You can't make father wait! He's very particular about people keeping their appointments. Yes, he is. Unlike you, dearest Mel. What's got her in such a foul mood? Oh, thank goodness for small miracles. Nellie just won't seem to take me at my word lately. You mustn't be so harsh on her. She is your one and only, darling little sister. You're right, but still, she's taken it a bit too far as of late. Oh? I'm not so sure. She does not seem to be behaving any differently to me. Huh. Am I the one acting differently then? Huh. Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a favor? Me? What can I do for you? I was thinking. Physically, Mel was undeniably a young man, but the smirk that crossed his lips as he schemed gave his face the sweet look of a little boy. Or perhaps that was simply part of his charm, and it was not the age, disparity, but his character that made his smile so heartwarming. What did he ask of me? You shall find out soon enough. He's trying to get her to let the white-haired girl go out with him. AKA go out to, what's the place? Oh, the priestess house, yeah. That might be what's going on here. He's trying to bring her to the priestess house with him. Maybe. Well, why would he do that, though? Wait, why would he do that? To me, that does not sound like a great plan, but I'm gonna let Mel be Mel. Oh my gosh, wait, I might actually be right. Huh. It's cloudy. And thank goodness for that, too. Though, it would be even better if it were even darker out. I believe the textile shop was around here? Huh. Hi there! Lord Mel. Fancy meeting you here? Come on, Mel. Come on. Yeah. What a surprise. So, what do you say we take this chance and go for a little walk? He might not be bringing her to the priestess house with him, but at the same time, what he's doing here is slightly devious, but I'm not gonna blame him. He's just a young man really out there for love. I can't really say too many bad things about him. Since you're sensitive to the sunlight, we can keep our eyes out for shadowy areas as we go. And if you feel unwell, just let me know. I was sent out to run an errand. Don't worry about that. I sent you myself. Come on, follow me. Huh. I'm sorry. It, actually wasn't an accident that we crossed paths. No! Huh? I planned this out ahead of time. Asked to have you sent out on a fake errand. It feels like I'm always on alert back at the mansion. Can't relax my own house. It's actually kind of funny. Huh. Sorry, that was inappropriate of me. I just thought, since the sun's mostly blocked out, it would be alright if... I'm feeling just fine. Huh. This is so awkward. Of course, I get her out of the house, and I can't think of anything to say. Hey, yes? Have you settled into life at the mansion? I have. Everyone has been such a big help. That's good to hear. Indeed. So, oh. I need to press the button. Oops. Yes? Nellie told me she had you help redecorate her room sometime back. Yes. That was shortly after I arrived. What of it? Yeah, that day, Nellie told me that you don't, I don't... Never mind. Sorry, it's not important. Come on, stop changing the subject. Just, if you're gonna say something, just say it. Come on, Mel. It is important, but I can't just ask about how she feels about me. Ask how she feels about me. That would make it sound like I... Forget sound like. I do, don't I? Lord Mel? Sorry, I had something on my mind. It looks like it might rain again today. The weather usually gets better as summer approaches, not worse like it has been. It won't be a heavy storm, though. No? The wind is too gentle. You can tell from that? Vaguely, but yes. Huh, that's impressive. I often leave the house unprepared, only to find myself sloshing back in the rain. You laugh a lot more than you used to. Do I? Yeah, and I like that. You look better with a smile on your face. A smile suits Lady Nellie much more than I. What? Her smile and your smile are completely different. Also, a smile suits you as well, Lord Mel. Do you really think so? What am I supposed to do in the face of a smile like that? So, yes? Knowing her, if I ask if I'm imposing, she'll say no without hesitation. Trying to cover myself isn't going to get me anywhere. Hold on a second. I never did get you those flowers like I promised. There was a single white rose blooming in the garden. About that rose. I was planning to give it to you, but it disappeared before I had the chance. About that. I kinda turned it into a red rose. My bad. So, I'd like you to have this. It's not a real rose, but it won't wilt either. Mel was holding an ornamental white rose. Is she gonna turn that one into a red one as well? Oh man, is that one also gonna turn red? I don't think so. It's not a real rose, so it's probably not. It was an impressively detailed replica of the real thing, crafted by an incredibly skilled artisan's hand. It was, I imagine, made by the same craftsman from whom Mel had ordered Nellie's birthday necklace. The young man, who but a handful of days earlier had said he had no sweetheart, had come in to commission a present for a girl. The master of the shop must have been quite surprised. Or perhaps it had given him a good laugh instead. It was for this moment that he so desperately sought for the time together with the white-haired girl. I don't know what you like, so I had to base it on my sister's taste. My apologies. I cannot accept this. Is the design not to your liking? No, I just... If you're concerned about how much I paid for it, don't be. I just want you to have it, that's all. Please. But I'm not interested in you. Sorry, if I'm being a little bit annoying with my side comments, please say so down in the comments below. If I'm being kind of annoying with my side comments. Why? Are you so kind to me? Why? Because... I'm sorry. I can't accept it. A clear Oh. Ooh. Oh? Okay. I'm liking where this is going. And also, the song that's playing right now is really good. Holy crap. Okay, every time I hear a new, OST for this game, I'm gonna say that it's really good. No joke about it. I think every soundtrack with this game so far is really good. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I keep on saying, ooh, that's good every time a new soundtrack plays. But damn, I love the piano here. Like, this is like a really dark, atmospheric piano. Holy shit. A clear glint of flustered panic was visible in her red eyes. There is not a girl in the world whose heart would not flutter at the sight of the sparkling rose accessory. But her reaction was far from delight. As a matter of fact, there were traces of fear and apprehension in her contentness. I beg your pardon! Hold on! With a look of distress on her face, the white-haired girl made to run off, but Mel grabbed her by the arm in the nick of time. At least, tell me why. Is it because you dislike me? I never said... Something's wrong with me. From the day you arrived at the mansion, it's like I haven't been myself. I've been strangely aflutter ever since then. Whether I tried to study or whether I try to read, none of it sticks. I'm just looking at pages of text, tracing rows of letters only for them to disappear as soon as I look away. It's all because of you. I truly am sorry. Please, don't be any more generous than you already have. When I'm with you, my willpower wavers. What do you mean by that? I'm so sorry. Oh, wait! Mel's grip loosened for a moment, allowing her to slip free and dart off like a gust of wind, not giving him a chance to stop her for a second time. I want to see this full sprite. Damn. That is quite... Okay, that is actually like a really cool pose. Like, the way they drew Mel right here, it's really cool. Like, damn. Yeah, like, I really like looking into the art of this game because it definitely gives off a really good gothic vibe. And especially when the characters are making poses like Mel is right now, I have to say, the pose he's making right now definitely looks really awesome. Not in the regard that he looks cool, but the way he's drawn looks cool. Yeah. Damn. The way he's standing right there, I have to say, the way they drew him standing right there, that is like a really good depiction of how, he probably feels right now. Confused and distraught. And the position fully shows that. The dumbfounded, flaxen-haired boy stood frozen in place, left all by himself. The breeze, which the white-haired girl had called gentle earlier, felt faintly chilly, almost as if mocking him. It looks like she's even less fond of me than I thought. God, I'm crying. I'm pathetic. Huh? Well, if it isn't Mel, what might you be... Huh? Are you crying? I'm so pitiable. Sorry you had to see this. Think nothing of it. I passed by a girl just a few moments ago. She appeared to be rather distressed as well. Did something happen between the two of you? I wasn't good enough, it seems. Not good enough? That was the new maid I was telling you about before. I was... Like you said, Father, I was keen on her. Quite. Enough to bring me to tears like a miserable child. But she rejected me. I don't even have what it takes to be a stand-in prince. Mel. I apologize for complaining to you like this, about this. I'm completely hopeless. Mel. Please, don't try to cheer me up. I don't need any sympathy, I just... No. Mel, listen to me. What? I've seen that girl before. What do you mean? But, you said she was a servant at your house, right? In which case... Yes, she is. Please tell me, Father. Where did you see her? Why must you be so evasive? It was... probably someone else. Someone else? You're saying you mistook someone who stands out as much as her? Father. She... and the man who I assume is her father paid a visit to the church once. Huh? They came asking for food, their clothes in tatters. The two were emaciated. I don't think they were eating daily. What? Wait a minute, are you saying? She's a beggar. But Father said she came from an esteemed house. Which is why I said I might be mistaken, Mel. She has a singular aspect, but it is possible there is another girl who looks similar. Deep down, though, the priest surely believed the opposite. And so he said sternly, like teacher to a pupil. But you must be absolutely certain, Mel. Understood? You cannot proceed any further without knowing her ancestry. May I visit the church, Father? By all means. In the back of Mel's mind, a vision of the night of the storm, the night the white-haired girl arrived at the mansion, was surely replaying. She had been wearing little more than rags and covered in grime, hardly the appearance of a respectable young lady of class. Have I been putting her through unnecessary stress? If she actually turns out to be nameless, to be rankless, no matter where she comes from, my heart is decided. I will not fool myself about how I feel any longer. No, I cannot fool myself. But how does she feel? What will everyone else think? I have to find out why she was welcomed to our house. I'll ask Mother or Father. No, if for some reason they don't know she isn't aristocratic, I'm better off not saying anything. But if they don't, then does that mean she's been lying to us? And to them? I have to find out. This time, I must get answers. Interesting. No! Absolutely not! You come back and the first thing you say is that? I hate you, Father! I will not stand for this! Why? Why would he just suddenly throw that on me? He didn't even ask for my opinion. No! I won't do it! I'm fine the way things are. I'm just fine. Is he about to marry her off? I'm just making an assumption based off of the 17th century, but is their father marrying Nellie off or something? Because that was a thing that people did back then. Ugh. Dearest Mel, I need your help. I don't want to get married. Oh no! Oh no! 1600s fathers doing 1600 fathers terrible things. Oh no! No! Oh god, no! 1600s fathers doing terrible 1600s father things. Ah, poor Nellie. You know, I thought this was going to happen. This is 1603. The house in Fata Morgana. And this is where things really began in this game. I am right! Oh, shit. Oops, I pressed a button. I'm sorry. Right now, I am reading the presents, and is there a backlog? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I accidentally skipped a line, so I have to see the backlog. This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a grave mistake. How do I get out of this now? Wait, how do I get out of the backlog? There we go. My transgression is that I was unable to completely predict where this path we were traveling led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day task. So I could do naught but pray there is happiness waiting in the future. Happiness for everyone who lived within Rose Manor. But I am but a mere maid. There are limits to what I am allowed to do. And furthermore, it was not my place to offer her my hand. Roads, such as the one we were following, have a way of diverging with little warning. And if you do not turn the wheel exactly right at those sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. I was well aware of that fact. Which is why I thought what I did was for the best. It's happening again. I've made sure the door was locked, but I can sense someone standing there. Uh-oh, sleep paralysis time it is. Uh-oh. Someone watching me. Footsteps. They're looking down at me? I want to open my eyes, but I can't do it. Curses! You're just going to leave without doing anything, aren't you? Then hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No! Tonight they're on my bed now, looking down on me. Oh? My neck! Well, I can't speak! I can't move! Okay, before we continue on, I know this may or may not be sleep paralysis. This time it might actually be someone attacking him, the white-haired girl actually strangling him, but I'm gonna say this now. I keep on mentioning sleep paralysis because what Mel is describing here sounds like sleep paralysis to me, except for the fact that his eyes are closed. Whenever I get sleep paralysis, my eyes are always open. And, at this point, I'm not even scared of sleep paralysis. At first, I was a little freaked out, but now, whenever I do have sleep paralysis, I'm just like, again? Because it happens a lot sometimes. It hasn't happened for a few months for me, so I'm happy about that, because it's just annoying. Sleep paralysis is just fucking annoying. And him saying, there's something around his neck, this might be weird to say. Let me clarify this first. No, I have never been strangled in my sleep. Let me clarify this. But one time, when I was having an experience of sleep paralysis, for some reason, Just, you know how there's like, you're in a half-dream state? Well, I think for that time, I was mostly in a dream state. And, for some reason, I think I felt like my blanket crawl up to my neck and, like, start squeezing on it or something. For which I was just like, okay, this is not annoying at this point. This is just freaking weird. God, like, I knew I was not actually being strangled by my blanket because how does a blanket move on its own? But at the same time, I have to say, it was not a pleasant experience. Not a pleasant experience. But I've not had any other things where my blanket tried strangling me during sleep paralysis. Actually, there's a funny thing about that. Around that time, I've had sleep paralysis so much that I figured out a way to get out of it. I figured out a way to get out of sleep paralysis, which I'm just going to go ahead and say this now. The way to get out of sleep paralysis is to constantly feel like you're moving your chest up. Like, constantly feel like you're moving your chest up. And then, all of a sudden, you'll snap out of it and you just suddenly wake up. Like, you won't shoot up the bed or anything. You'll just suddenly wake up and you're going to be like, wait, am I still asleep or am I not? For a few minutes until you realize, oh, I'm awake now. I can move. Sorry, I had to go on this rant about sleep paralysis because, God, I get sleep paralysis a lot. Fucking A, I get sleep paralysis so much that it's not even scary. It's just irritating at this point. My brain loves to fuck with me. Anyways, let's get back to the game. I believe, the white-haired girl might be trying to kill Mel. These cold fingers. What's that soft breath? Why? I can move my body, but that's not important right now. Oh? Oh? Oh, come on. No, hold on. Come on! If you're trying to strangle someone to death, you gotta use both hands. Or is she trying to strangle him? Is she trying to strangle him, or is she caressing his neck? You smell of roses. The scent of a world far removed from ours. He made a gasp at the sight before him, only to realize he could not. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability to breathe. Wait a second, what? So she is strangling him. Maybe the shock is, having her overpower him, because to strangle someone, even if you're the strongest person, you still probably will have to use both hands rather than just one. Actually, the more I grab my own neck like this, I am actually losing a little bit of breath. Okay, I'm gonna release myself right now. I'm gonna drink a water. Yeah, maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe that's not the best idea to actually put pressure on my own neck while trying to show an example of strangulation. Maybe I should not be doing that because this is on YouTube and YouTube might not be so happy about me explaining how strangulation might work. Don't strangle people, and, I don't think the white-haired girl is doing it correctly. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability to breathe. Why? He silently mouthed the word. For that moment, at least, her melancholic ruby eyes were focused wholly on the flaxen-haired young man. In them glowed a faint flicker of willpower and a continuously burning agitation that roused her to action. I told you to stop being so kind to me. Why? It will all be over soon. Please don't make any noise. I mean, you are strangling him, so you can't really make too many noises. Why? To put an end to this family. You are my only. Why are you shaking? Oh? What? Upon hearing Mel's words, the strength drained from her slender fingers. He had not been questioning why she would do such a thing. There was, of course, a trace of bewilderment visible in his eyes. But he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He instead expressed concern for the young woman, who looked like a cornered rabbit. Dude, she's about to kill you. Honestly, if I woke up to somebody strangling me, I would not be asking why they were shaking while doing so. I'll be thinking, oh my god, I'm getting strangled to death, get your fucking hand off me! No matter how much I'm in love with someone, that love will quickly dissipate if I find myself being strangled to death by the person I love. Maybe I just have a terrible definition of love, because I wouldn't let the person I love kill me. I wouldn't let the person I love kill me. Maybe that's just a terrible definition of love. But let's just say that I have a partner, I'm with a partner, and I wake up to them strangling me to death. The first thing I'm gonna be thinking is not, why are they shaking as if they're hesitating to kill me? My first thing is, just get your hand off me. I'm not gonna ask why they're strangling me, or, what brought them to that conclusion. No, I'm not gonna ask those questions first. First things first, I'm gonna try to get them the fuck off me, and then calm down the situation, and then ask questions. I am not shaking. You are. I can see it. As he slowly regained his breath, Mel's voice, too, grew clearer. Conversely, the red-eyed girls grew progressively more faint and raspy. You are not doing this because you genuinely want to. There is some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? You have. I'm sorry. Well, I'd be damned. Tell me, why are you shaking? You're not putting any pressure on my neck. Why haven't you run? Because I cannot fathom why you would do this, so I am not afraid. Do you hate me so deeply you want me dead? Do you despise me to the point you would be willing to take my life with your own hands? No, I don't. See? Like I said, there's another reason. If it isn't because you detest me, then tell me, why is it? I'm sorry. I will leave your room now. I will do my best not to bother you any further, so please forget anything ever happened. Do you think I'm just going to say okay and let you go? Why can't you tell me the reason? I'm sorry. Alright, then I'll try and guess. What? It has something to do with your lineage. You're troubled by it somehow, am I right? I thought so. How do you know about that? The priest at the church told me he had seen you before. He also told me a little about your origin. But that's all I know. The only difference between us is social rank. I don't know what would cause you to do this. Please, tell me who you really are, and why Father allowed you to be a maid. I haven't said anything to Mother and Father. If you're hiding the truth from them, they still don't know. But I want to. I won't get mad at you, or have you punished. I'll even swear to God, if you like. I want to be the prince who whisked you away. I want to be like the prince who rescued the girl from the dark mansion and showed her the world. I know I'm not that dependable, but I want to help you. Why do you show me such compassion? Why do you treat me like this? I have my hand around your neck! What? I thought it would be obvious. Or have I not expressed myself well enough? Is that his hand? Yeah, that's his hand. I love you. Every time you push away, it crushes me. I didn't even know my heart could feel such distress. If you dislike me and don't want to be with me, then well, I'll just have to live with that. As much as it may hurt. But if you have some other reason, some weight on your shoulders that you can't share with anyone else, tell me. I want to help you. There are other options. Things we can do about your... No! That's not it! Huh? I've tried to hate you so many times. So yes, there's more to it than just social status. But I can't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. What do you mean? I had so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She spoke in a stifled voice, as if every word had to fight to escape her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precarious looking down on him, that it seemed as though, if a gust of wind were to whisk through the room, it would blow her completely away. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them, and again, and failed. I'm gonna repeat that, I'm sorry. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them, again, and failed. However, her hand did not pull away from his still slender neck. Her hand is so cold. He did not challenge her, but simply kept his eyes fixed on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she would do next. I'll say it as many times as I must. I love you, and I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So please, tell me the reason. I'll see to it that you're taken care of. Those are the words of a man of means, Lord Mal. Or someone blessed enough to have pity for others. You are a foolish young man. You know nothing. But the greatest fool of all is myself. If you agree to punish me, I will talk. Tell me. Her long white hair and his soft flaxen hair touched. For just the briefest of moments, it appeared in the darkness as though they had fused together. The white-haired girl, having finally gathered the courage, began to slowly tell her tale. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Before she tells her tale, let me use the restroom real quick, because I do not want to interrupt her tale. Yeah, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be back. On the night of the storm, I paid a visit to Rose Manor, this mansion. My father and I were always on the move, traveling across the land by foot, so it was only recently that we heard rumors of Rose Manor. There are several reasons we couldn't stay in one place. First is my unusual appearance. People often find the color of my skin or eyes disconcerting. So after living in one place for long enough, unsettling rumors would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Another reason was my father's line of work. He painted pictures for a living, but he had trouble finding a patron, so he had to work day to day. When he was no longer able to find work in the city, we would move. We were birds that migrated without a flock. When we arrived at this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when we learned of Rose Manor, and the family who dwelled within it. Rhodes is a name my father could never forget. He was, long ago, a painter in service of the Rhodes family. Hold on. Your father was an artist here? Yes. It was before I was born, so you probably don't remember, Lord Mal. So, you knew about us before you came here. For as long as I can remember, I've known the name Rhodes. My father was chased from your house. Just because they didn't like something he painted. Jeez. Now that was a dick move on Mel's family's part. That's a dick move. Having failed the Rhodes family, no one else would become his patron. Just as a good reputation spreads, so too does a bad one. Branded once as a failure, no one will ever take you in ever again. You noble store your parties and spread your gossip about this painter or that sculptor. The rose you tried to give me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill, but the jeweler is only known because some aristocrat spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less skillful. His was a talent that could not be easily imitated, but no one was willing to separate the art from the artists. The Rhodes family stole everything from my father. But even thrown onto the streets, his only skill was painting. That was all he could do to earn a living. What little money we had for food, he gave to me. He did anything he could to ensure my survival, even at the expense of his own well-being. My father passed away in this town. Up until his last breath, he was only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his fingers through my hair, an apologetic look on his face. If I had a noble appearance, I'm sure life would have been much easier. He was always telling me about how he was sorry for making life so hard, even though it's not his fault I look like this. I disdained the Rose family for putting my father through such hardship. I imagine you were still living in decadence, acting as though nothing had ever happened. No, you wouldn't even care about the fate of one simple painter. Our lives meant nothing to you, and so I sought to bring misfortune upon you. And that's why you tried to kill me? In truth, I had wanted to take the master's life, but your father spent so much time outside the mansion. And so, you're right. If they lost me, it would put my family in a very difficult position. That is the whole of my tale. You now know about my father, and how I feel about you. Having told you of the blackness in my heart, I cannot go on living like nothing has changed. Please, give me punishment. Why? Why would you have me put the one I love through any more misery? I am not fit for your affection. Not only because I am not aristocratic, but because every time I spoke with you, I did so holding this darkness in my heart. Does that not unnerve you? In the end, it was my family's actions that caused you so much suffering. Would that your father were still alive. Perhaps I could have done something. I'm sorry. Besides, You hesitated. You didn't actually kill me. What am I even to punish you for? As you said, you had countless opportunities, but you could not bring yourself to do it. Tell me, why couldn't you kill me? Because If it's because I've given you enough reason to have even the slightest bit of interest in me. Nothing was as I envisioned it. What? I assumed the residents of the Rose Manor would be cold, people who believe that wealth and rank mattered above all. But on the night of the storm, the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to me. I arrived at the mansion disguised as a beggar. Actually, disguise is not the right word. As many nights, I only survived on the generosity of others. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. So that was Mother's doing. I could scarcely believe she would invite a stranger into our home, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps she knew who my father was. But I had never met any of you before, so she must simply be that kind-hearted a woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disquieting appearance and the darkness of my heart. In time, I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was what I meant to do truly right? Were the things I truly felt justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here, and that he had been chased out. So I decided I should take your life, to put an end to everything before I wavered any further. And then... You were too kind to me. It's all your fault. Because you laugh with such affection. Because you give me smiles like that. Because you say the things you say. I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. I'm so happy to hear that. Despite, the unusual circumstances. Please, don't say you want to leave. Don't ask me to punish you. I couldn't do anything for your father, but at least allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so dearly. You are far too kind-hearted. I'll be happier with you around. You can become a real aristocrat. Huh? There are families that would be willing to adopt you, especially knowing that it would bring them ties to the Rose family in the near future. Are you saying, as long as you're okay with that, of course. I don't understand. How could you possibly say that? I have my hand around your neck even as we speak. It seems reasonable enough for me. I'm desperately looking for some way to not have to lose you. But I couldn't. I don't know any etiquette or social customs. How could I? You can learn all that. You're pretty and naturally graceful. You'll do just fine. You are such an aristocrat, Lord Mal. What? The way you come up with compliments so easily. Only for you. Nellie says my poetry has as much charm as a dissertation. I don't understand theater. It puts me to sleep. You left. Thank goodness. Keep smiling. You don't have to stop. A smile on your face is a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. And I believe people are capable of forging their own futures. What do you say we go to the theater sometimes? I promise I won't sleep through it. As the private theater, we can get seats at the far end of the second floor, so we don't have to stand. They would be pretty lavish seats, and it would give you a chance to experience the noble life. But, please, don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. I wonder which maid that would be. Say, the one with black hair. She kind of scares me, though. I don't know what I am supposed to say. How could you show such compassion for me? I tried to inflict harm upon you. Am I allowed to feel such joy? For every day you suffered, a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. He softly whispered the girl's name. For several long moments, her lips trembled in trepidation, but in time, she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped his arms around her unbelievably slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. Mal approached me the next day. He explained to me the course of events, and then asked me to dress her up more beautifully than any other noble girl had ever been. She was already a very pretty girl, so even without much effort on my part, simply putting her in a dress, she radiated beauty. I was quite partial to her smile, so I agreed to help, thinking that if it would lead to their happiness, I could not ask for anything more. I never anticipated what would happen next, though. Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Oh, I see where this is going. Oh boy! We might be getting, that Hamlet ending. Or a different sort of tragic ending. Oh boy. I'm getting excited. The house in Fata Morgana. The theater? Who else goes to theaters? I swear, if she's... Oh my god. Fuck it, I'm continuing on. A slow killing poison. I'm continuing on, fuck it. Now, Nellie. Oh god, it's Arthur! It's fucking Arthur! Oh my god. Is Arthur the person that her father's trying to marry her off to? Is it Arthur? Is it actually fucking Arthur? Oh shit. My theory of Arthur coming in at the very end. Oh my god, the Hamlet ending, here we go! Okay, I did not realize they were singing. Oh, they're in the middle of a musical, aren't they? Yeah, a musical play. Arthur. Now, Nellie. You love the theater, so don't look so cross. Huh. Nellie was out with a man other than her brother that evening. A rare sight indeed. And she was quite clearly in a foul mood. I will not stand for this! That I should have to marry a man as disagreeable as Arthur! Sorry, the singing distracted me. Damn. Yeah, this is the kind of song I would expect to hear from a theater. It's unthinkable! The young man at her side was Nellie's fiancé, selected by her parents. On any other occasion, she would have snubbed an invitation from any man who was not Mel, but she had little say in this matter. she was, for lack of a better word, forced to go out with him. And oh, how fiercely she had fought against it. She had shoved aside Abigail, trying to fasten her corset, locked herself in her room, and sobbed for quite some time. It required the combined efforts of several of us to get her ready and out the door for her date. Come now, you should at least pretend you're enjoying yourself. Or do you want people to think we don't get along? Do we get along? Well, I want to, for what it's worth. What is worth to you is my name, not me. Are you really going to be like that? I went out of my way to take you to your favorite play. The least you could do is to be a little kinder to me. What is it called again? Romeo and Juliet? It's been running for 6 or 7 years now. A family like yours or mine could pay to have a brand new script written. So why should we have to see an old play at a theater full of commoners? It may be private, but even so, I would rather just have a show put on at my estate. Stop talking already! Why should I have to marry someone like you? I have absolutely no desire to marry you. Whatever it takes, I will put a stop to this. I will talk to Father as many times as I must. Please, don't make such a scene. It's shameful. There are people around. Remember? You represent your family. Besides, our families are hardly strangers to one another. Try as you might, I doubt you can get rid of me. No matter what you say, you can't break this engagement. You don't! Your parents gave you way too much freedom. And look at what a spoiled girl you became because of it. Goodness! You are going to be quite the handful. Oh, get off your high horse! No, you're the one on the high horse, Nellie. You are going to be my wife. You could at least put some effort into liking me. Ugh. Oh. He's saying what? What? Not while. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Yeah, Arthur definitely seems to be quite the not great person. Like, okay, I see what he's doing here. He doesn't really love Nellie. He loves just the fact of being with her will help his family's rank. That's what I'm seeing here. Like, this is the 1600s we're talking about. Noble families married other noble families so that, they can get into a higher position or, be on the good side of another family. Because that's how nobles work. Nobles, like in marrying between nobles, just, have a higher status than the peasants. So yeah, Arthur basically, okay, what he's thinking kind of is the common norm for nobles back in the 1600s, so it's kind of unfair of me to say that he's a terrible person because that was the norm at the time. What happens when I take you to a social engagement and you act like this? It's shameful to the both of us. This is coming from someone who used to call me Lady Nellie. What's your problem? When you choose to act like a lady, I'll gladly call you that again. Goodness gracious. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. I have to marry a bratty little girl because it will help my family. Oh. Okay, maybe I was making assumptions way too quickly about Arthur. Though he's still being quite a jerk. He is also being forced to marry someone. Though he's still being a big jerk to Nellie right now. Though, of course, I'm not saying that Nellie's in the right either. Like, they're both kind of in the wrong for, how they're acting around each other. Though, is there any other response that they could really have? Like, let's be honest here, I'm not saying that they're bad people for, not really, acting that well right now, because they're being forced to marry each other. They're not even interested in each other. They're just being pawns in their family's political game, so it's not fair to say either one of these two are good or bad until we see more of their actions. Like, yes, Arthur is kind of being a dick, but Nellie's also a little bit of a brat. Though, of course, she's being forced to marry a man she doesn't even like, so that makes a lot of sense. And Arthur's being forced to marry a woman he doesn't even care for. It's just because rich families gotta marry other rich families. Alright, let's keep on reading. But all I'm gonna say is, there's been a lot of improvements since the 1600s in these regards. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. I have to marry a bratty little girl because it will help my family. How dare you talk about me in that way? You're not a damn princess. Open your eyes. If you think talking to your father will get you out of this marriage, you're welcome to try. I doubt you'll have it, though. Otherwise, you can just go complain about it to your friends. Oh, that's right. As far as I'm aware, you don't have any friends. Okay, that's a low blow. That is a low blow, Arthur. Enough! As you wish. This is so frustrating! Why should I have to listen to this jerk mock me? I have Mel. I know. If Father won't listen to me, I'll ask Mel to talk to him. Mel will be able to convince him. Come on now. Your favorite play is about to start. Maybe you should face forward. Enjoy while it lasts. You won't be talking down to me much longer. Here it is! What? Is that? Wait! Nellie! Get back here! What is that damn child's problem? I didn't give her permission to leave. Whoa! Jeez! And who gave you permission to be a complete douche? Father will be sure to hear about this. I cannot have the Rose family making any more of a fool of me. Here we go. You're fine. Don't be shy. But so many people are looking at me. Okay, that is a really good dress. That is a really good dress. I like it. That is actually a really cool dress. The maid wasn't lying that she looks beautiful in that dress. The maid is not lying. The maid was not lying. That's because you're gorgeous. No, it's because I look strange. I assure you, that's not the case. It is true you have an unusual appearance. But right now, the unique color of your hair, your skin, and your eyes all serve to accentuate your beauty. Huh. You sound like a prince, Lord Mel. What? You think so? I mean, I did say I'd be a stand-in prince for you, but I think you are a wonderful prince, not just a stand-in. Which makes you my princess, then. I don't... Oh, you're supposed to say, yes I am. There. Oh wait, he sounds disappointed. Aw, you're supposed to say, yes I am. There. You're going to make me sad. I guess I'll just have to keep working at it until you submit. Huh. Oh, hey! The play's about to start! What am I supposed to be doing? Nothing particular. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, but there is one thing. Yes? If I start dozing off, could you maybe wake me up? No. What? Dearest Mel! Nellie? Dearest Mel! Why What are you doing here? I asked her to join me. It's nothing to get worked up over. It is! It absolutely is! How many times did I ask you to come with me, and you wouldn't? You don't even like theater, dearest Mel, and you brought her? You're right. I'm not especially fond of plays, but I wanted her to be able to see one. Why are you making such a big deal out of this, Nellie? She is not suitable for you! What? She isn't good enough for you! Why would you choose her? She's creepy, and you have no idea where she came from! Don't talk about her like that, Nellie! But you don't even know who her family is! I do. What? Lord Mel. It's fine. You just stay quiet. Like the other maids, she comes from a respectable house. I looked into it. However, circumstances prevent me from telling you what house that is. No! You're lying! That can't be! She doesn't act like a lady. She lacks etiquette, and she probably can't even dance. You expect me to believe someone like her is from a good house? Enough already, Nellie! Mel yelled at me. You have my word. You don't have to worry about her. So please, stay out of this, Nellie. It isn't any of your business if I spend time with her, is it? But dearest Mel. You need to stop hanging all over me, Nellie, and find someone for... Wait. What are you doing at the theater? Are you here alone? Oh yes, dearest Mel, about that. I have a favor to ask of you. Nellie, you might want to call a rain check talk to Mel about this. You might want to call a rain check on that. I've been waiting to talk to you about this since yesterday, but I haven't seen you at all. Settle down, Nellie. What is it? Father had me engaged without consulting me. And he picked Arthur, that disagreeable little... Oh, right, that. I already know. What? I heard it from Father. That reminds me. You didn't show up at breakfast this morning. I see now. Oh, wait. Oops. I think I skipped one of Mel's lines. I see now. It was because of your engagement. Dearest Mel! Is that who you're here with today? In that case, you should get back to him, rather than waste any more time with us. Oh boy. Mel, well, you know what? I'm just gonna let things happen at this point. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm just gonna let things happen. You knew I didn't want to get married, Mel. So why? Why didn't you talk Father out of it? 'Cause it's your time, Nellie. Is he pulling the "it's not my problem"? Is he actually pulling the "it's not my problem" on his sister? Oh my god, he's actually legitimately saying it's not my problem. If there's someone else you'd rather be with, then, well, you can try persuading Father, but... You're the only prince for me, dearest Mel! And a prince always grants his princess's wishes. Doesn't he? I just want you to say you'll do that for me, dearest Mel. Lady Nellie. You stay out of this! It's all your fault! It's all because you showed up and played your little tricks on him! I warned you about this rat, dearest Mel! She is not suitable for... I told you I had enough already! Jeez. Damn. How much longer are you going to continue acting like a child? I can deal with you being a spoiled little girl, but how dare you be so derivative to someone else? Mel! Hit me! Lord Mel! Go on. The show's about to start. People are giving us dirty looks. Return to your betrothed now. I will apologize to him afterwards as well. You said you would always be by my side. That you would always be my prince. The time for make-believe is past, Nellie. No! I refuse to believe it! I will not have it! Nellie! My goodness, that girl. Are you not going to go after her, Lord Mel? No, just let her go. The only place she even has to go to is home. I just wish she'd start acting a little more like an adult. I imagine Lord Nellie simply... She what? No. It wasn't my intention to get between you. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault we had an argument. But you two are so close. Well, yeah, we're siblings, so we're close, but nothing more. I do care about Nellie, and I enjoy spending time with her. That was inappropriate. And I enjoy spending time with her. That was really inappropriate, I'm sorry. But she's my sister. Nothing more. Anyway, sorry for making such a scene. No, I imagine she left her betrothed behind without saying anything. So, I'm going to go apologize to him. We have to keep up appearances. Stay here. I'll be right back. Very well. I feel bad for the white-haired girl. I feel so bad for the white-haired girl. Like, all I'm gonna say is... most of the people other than the white-haired girl, I can't really say I am that much rooting for. I'm not rooting for Mel, I'm not really rooting for Nellie. I feel bad for Nellie, but I'm not really rooting for her. That might be weird to say. Like, I feel bad for her. I can feel empathy for her. Because she's being forced into doing something that she definitely doesn't want to do. But at the same time... A house in Fata Morgana. Paintings are alive. I just now noticed that. Anyways, I do feel bad for Nellie because she's in a pretty bad situation that, you know, happens all the time in the 1600s. I can feel bad for her for that, but at the same time, I do agree she is kind of a brat. And I'm also going to say that Mel is kind of, you know, being not the greatest person. He's not being the greatest person. Like, he's definitely been blinded a lot by, you know, love, and he has been pretty cold with Nellie. Though, of course, well, I can also understand why he has been cold with Nellie. But at the same time, though, yeah, I can't really say I'm rooting for him that much, as well. The white-haired girl is the only character that I'm really rooting for in this tale. And maybe the maid. And maybe the black-haired maid. Though I don't even know what the hell she's doing. I don't really know what the hell she's doing. Well, she's about to, you know, talk with us, so let's see what she's gonna say. Master, what are your thoughts on the tale so far? Which of the siblings do you think was in the right? Master, the brother, or the sister? I just answered your question. Neither. The only person in the right is the white-haired girl. Is it really correct to say whether people are in the right or wrong? Is it really correct to say that? Is it really correct? Oh my. I apologize for the abrupt question. Did I startle you? What do I think? Yes. I believe Mel was probably right. He was also surely happier than her. As Mel had anticipated, Nellie fled from the theater, leaving her fiancé behind. She forced her way into a carriage stopped outside, probably one called for a different nobleman, and ordered it to take her home. Mel's assumption was correct. The only place she had to return to was the mansion. The sun was beginning to set, and as a young lady, she could not simply go wandering through town alone. Nor did she have any acquaintances to take her in. Her world was, in essence, composed of two elements, her brother and the Rose Garden. They were the light of her life at Rose Manor. She lived a very isolated existence. Alright. I should probably finish up the rest of this chapter before I end the video. I am going really overtime this video. I am really going to go overtime, but this is going to be an episode twice as long as the previous one, because the previous episode was pretty short, so yeah. When she escaped back home, Nellie went straight to her room, locked the door, and began sobbing. The waves of her sorrow came crashing effortlessly over the levees. Tears streamed through the cracked walls of the dams, blocking her tear ducts. Why? Why won't you help me, Mel? Why won't you take my side? The decor in her room appeared blurry through her damp eyes. Memories of the day she had redecorated it played back in her mind with crystal clarity. She told me she had no feelings for you. That liar! She let her emotions run wild, breaking glass craftworks, silver plates designed by famous foreign artisans, flower vases, all sorts of things. It was as though a beast had been set loose in her bed chamber. The vase she touched shattered against a painting hanging on the wall, spreading water, porcelain, and roses in every direction. It was the portrait she adored so dearly, of her and her brother. And in what appeared to her like a metaphor for her life, the frame fell off its mounting and came crashing to the floor. God, am I laughing at this metaphor of her life falling apart and crashing before her? I am, but I'm not laughing at Nellie. I'm laughing at the trope being shown here. I'm laughing at the trope being shown here because it's so well put in. It's so well put in that I have to, have a little bit of a smile on my face. Nellie darted over and scooped it up. The frame had broken, but the painting inside was unharmed. The two smiling children were still the very image of happiness, inseparable siblings gently holding one another's hand. My prince is no more. Though in her present state of mind, that image of happiness brought her nothing but misery. And the worse she felt, the more frustrated she grew at the smiling girl and the kind boy of her past. The princess is no more either. You're not a princess anymore, Ellie. Some other woman has taken her place. I trusted you, Mel. I believed you would always be there for me. This painting, it's nothing but a lie. That's not the real Mel. That's not the real me. It's all a big fat lie. A lie. I wish this painting never existed. That it was never made. That I never had a brother. This painting. In a fit of emotional distress, she scratched feverishly at the painting she once considered precious. You're gonna really regret this, Nellie. You're gonna really regret doing that. She put more force into her fingers than she, or perhaps anyone, might have imagined she could. Flakes of paint began falling off the canvas, And in time, she noticed something peculiar. Wait a second. What did she notice? Huh? What? Is this writing? Something hidden beneath the paint? Just a little more. A date? Why would that be hidden? What could it be for? Completed. Completed. May 1587. 1587. She read aloud the faded, scratched up handwriting. After staring blankly at the text for some time, the color in her face began to drain. What is this? How could this have been painted 16 years ago? What? I wasn't even born yet, and Mel would have been just a baby. Is this not me? Is this not Mel? There's still more writing! Urged on by her rapidly pounding heart, Nellie fiercely scratched away at the painting. Even as her clean, pink fingernails were soiled with fragments of paint and blood, she did not stop. She was so overwhelmed by trepidation that she could not stop. She had a horrible premonition that something was about to happen. Something indescribable, incomprehensible. This is how I envision your son and our unborn daughter might look several years from now. That was the painting! That was the painting that the white-haired girl's father painted. This was the painting that got him fired, wasn't it? Your son and our unborn daughter. So this was a painting of the future. Then it really is of me and Mel. No, use your head, stupid. I'm only 14. 16 years ago, I would not have even been inside Mother. But then who is this? Who is that holding Mel's hand? Who is that with my brother? Or there has to be... Ow! Found it! There's more writing. I have to know what this is. Calm down, Nellie. It's nothing to get worked up over. I'm sure it's nothing. Calm down and read. There's nothing to worry about. If our unborn child... This is what the writing on the painting said. If our unborn child does not have your hair color, then you will probably not be able to take her in as your own. No. I'll be punished, and my life made miserable. And so, I pray that this child might have flaxen hair. Though it is a sin to wish that she has in her a trace of me, I do hope it is a girl. What am I reading? I don't get it! Someone tell me! What does this mean? A painting from 16 years ago. Hair color? Sin? I do hope it is a girl? Fuck! Oh my god! Fuck! That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck! Yes? It's Nellie. Let me in. Hey, Nellie? Oh, you changed out of your dress. That's a shame. It looks nice on you. It really did look so nice. Almost like you were a princess. Lady Nellie? Say, I've got a question for you. Do you mind? By all means. What color hair did your father have? I beg your pardon? Did you not hear me? Should I repeat the question? No. I assumed it would be about Lord Mel. I am just so curious about where you got that white color from. My father was more tan than white, so I didn't inherit my paleness from anyone. I asked about your father's hair color. Why would he want to? There's no reason you can't tell me, is there? My father had white hair, but that was simply because he was an older man. I do not think he was born with... Lady Nellie? Huh? Hey, guess what? I figured it out! I figured it all out! It was so simple. There's only one difference between you and me. There's the thing that Mel fell for is... Why do you have those? No, stay back! Fuck. No, wait. The house in Fata Morgana. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh, I'm not even getting the chapter's name, am I? I'm not even getting the chapter's name. This is a perfect place to end this video. You know what? There's been no other perfect place to end this video. Holy crap. I definitely went way overtime this video, but holy crap. I knew crap was about to go down in the theater. I knew crap was about to go down in the theater since Mel and the white-haired girl were going to the theater. But after the theater scene, when Nellie scratched at the painting, as soon as she read the date, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, wait a second. This might have something to do with the mirages, like I mentioned in the previous video. But when she started scratching more, oh shit. So she started scratching more. Oh my god! I don't think I should even explain it. I think it's obvious at this point. Holy fuck! Okay, so this story has a lot more incest than I thought it did.
Okay.